All right, hey, this is Daniel Chu, aka Chewbacca, back for day 4 of Rejection challenges. And I am recording this on my phone sideways this time because I noticed the YouTube videos are kind of chopped off on the sides. And I have honestly no idea where to look, so if this looks funny, whatever. Sorry. Deal with it. To catch anyone who has not been following up, I am doing 30 rejection challenges in the month of November. A rejection challenge is basically a situation that exposes me to the possibility of someone saying no, and all of the sort of associated emotions of rejection, judgment, embarrassment, failure, etc. And the hope is that over the course of 30 days, I will kind of become desensitized to, at least I'm hoping, the self-judgment that kind of stops people from making requests. If not, the larger sense of just like the world is going to end because someone said no. So anyway, I had 6 friends give me 5 challenges each. The challenges come in varying difficulty levels. And today it's a very nice day at the mall. I'm at the UTC, University Town Center. It's a Westfield mall here in San Diego. I'm back in San Diego. And the challenge I have today, because I actually came to the mall to do some work, but I brought my chess set with me. And one of my friends basically challenged me to go and find a random stranger and challenge them to an impromptu game of chess. And so we're standing out here kind of in front of the food court area. There's actually less seating here than I remember there being, but there's more seating inside. So the idea is that I'm going to, in just a few seconds here, I'm going to walk up to a stranger who is sitting alone at a table, and I'm going to ask them if they will play a game of chess with me. And the thought behind why I'm going to choose a stranger who's sitting alone at a table is because I figure in the event that someone actually says yes, it's a little bit more practical. I guess I'm maybe kind of stacking the odds in favor of yes. We'll see how that actually works. I don't know. But to catalog a little more about like why this like challenge actually scares me at all. I'm not the kind of person who generally likes to bother people. I don't like bothering strangers. I'm hoping that from the videos so far, you've kind of gotten the sense that I'm generally a pretty sociable person. I like talking. I don't mind talking to people. But if I don't have a reason to talk to you, I'm generally not going to. So getting out of my comfort zone and actually like bothering a stranger, not something I like to do. Starting a conversation out of the blue, not something I do very often either. So this kind of like forces me to do both of those things. In this case, stranger has no reason to talk to me, absolutely no reason to play chess with me. It is kind of a weird request. It's not the weirdest request. I think there were weirder ones on the list. Like someone wanted me to ask if a stranger would swap shoes with me for a block, and that's just so out there. Here I'm just asking for a game of chess, and I'm kind of a nerd, so it's plausible. So this isn't as scary as some requests could be, but for me, because this person isn't like paid to sit there, I am actually kind of wasting their time by like asking them. I am a little nervous about it, but I will admit that in this case, this challenge, I'm actually kind of like vaguely excited about this. I don't know if maybe that's just a change I'm seeing in the last 3 days of doing challenges, but this challenge seems kind of fun. So we'll see if I get the real effect that I'm looking for here or not. But anyway, wish me luck. All right, crap. I had a bit of a recording fail there. Looks like my video turned off as soon as the phone went into my pocket. And I asked 2 people if they would play chess with me in that time. I am going to go back in there so I can get one on camera. But just to like say what happened, I asked an old man who was sitting alone, and he just looked at me, he just shook his head, he said no. And I asked him a few more questions, and he just kept shaking his head and saying no. And it occurred to me that he probably didn't speak English, so I asked him if he spoke English, and he just did the same thing. So I decided that didn't count. And then I found a nice woman sitting down not too far away, and I asked her if she would play, and she said no. I kind of very quickly, probably too quickly, switched to asking her whether or not, like why she said no. I told her it was a social experiment, and she told me that like she's not confident enough to play, and that she thinks it's a pretty long game. She's only got like 10 minutes, so she probably wouldn't do it. But If the circumstances were different, she might. Sounded to me like she thinks that like playing chess at the mall is not that weird. Like a stranger asking her if she would play chess at the mall, like she doesn't think that's a strange request at all, which is counter to my own belief. So that's interesting. We'll see what happens when I ask maybe another person or two. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you be willing to play a game of chess with me?
I mean, I'm not good at chess.
I don't mind.
I guess.
Okay. All right, let's do it. That was actually kind of a social experiment. I was sort of expecting you to say no.
Okay.
We don't actually have to play the game of chess unless you really want to. I'd be down, honestly, but could you tell me a little more about why you said yes?
I don't know.
Not. Seems like a very strange request to me. I don't know. Like seems like
it does,
totally out of the blue.
I mean, I don't really have anything else to do, so I'm just hanging
Okay.
out.
Okay. Fair. Are you here for like a couple hours, like
Well,
or?
I mean, I was shopping for a little bit, but I like to kind of just hang out and people watch. So.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I asked a couple other people, and they were like, "No, I'm only here for like 10 minutes." And since you're here for a little longer, it makes a little more sense. You're like, "Oh, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, why not?" Okay. I'm gonna not ask you to actually play the game of chess.
Okay.
But I appreciate it anyway. I'm Daniel.
Nina.
Nina, nice meeting you, Nina.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a nice day. Enjoy your people watching.
Thanks.
Okay, that was not representative of my other two samples, so I'm gonna keep going. Maybe actually just go until I get rejected this time, because this is actually getting easier as I go. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you be willing to play a game of chess with me?
I'm doing that work.
Okay, you have just okay. All right, I understand. Thank you. Okay, all right. Well, that's pretty indicative. Pretty similar to the second time I tried that. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm wondering if you'd be willing to play a game of chess with me. No? Can I ask you why not? You don't play? If I offered to teach you, would you be willing? Not really? May I ask why not?
Because I have work.
You have work?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like headed back somewhere in like a couple minutes? Okay, that makes total sense. Thank you. I freaked out a little bit and did not ask her whether or not if she didn't have work, she would do it, but try one more. Excuse me, sir. Would you be willing to play a game of chess with me?
I don't know how to play that.
If I offered to teach you, would you play?
I have to go pretty soon.
Oh, okay. How much time do you have?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? All right, that's probably not enough time. But if you had more time, would you be willing?
Sure.
Yes? Okay, cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, well, so I had, multiple recording fails there where firstly it wasn't recording and I thought it was, and I asked two people and I got two no's, but then realized that I didn't get it on camera, so that sucked. And then it was recording and I did the same thing. I apparently learned nothing. And the camera was facing the wrong way, so I have audio on that, but I don't have video. And then I finally got smart, and I went and talked to a couple people. The camera actually was on, and it was facing the right direction. So I think out of I didn't actually count, but I think like 6-ish people, 5 or 6 people, one person said yes, actually, which was surprising. I didn't actually expect anyone to say yes to this. A couple other people said that they would say yes if they had time, which I also did not expect at all, really. Nobody reacted with indignation or holy crap, why are you bothering me? Which is actually, I would say, probably the thing that I worry about when I bother a stranger. It's yo, like I just want like my space. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. Apparently, this wasn't that weird a request. So, I imagine this will get a little bit stranger if, as I get to the harder challenges where I actually have to ask for things like if someone will swap shoes with me, or I'm carrying a rubber chicken around, which I just got today in the mail. Thanks Mel, if you're watching this. And asking someone to kiss it, like that's just strange. So I imagine I will still see some of that like reaction that I am afraid of, but today I didn't, and I think that's a good lesson. Like I'm in my head, I'm rejecting myself all the time. I never would have thought to ask this. I actually do enjoy playing chess, so maybe one of these days I'll actually come back here and I really will find someone to play chess with. Who knows? But anyway, that's been another rejection challenge, and this was day 4, and I'll be back tomorrow with day 5. Thanks very much.